Welcome back to Dungeon Command. This is episode 2, and of course we start off each episode with the Undeath player going. They have a skeletal warrior, a zombie, and a Disciple of Caius on the board, and our Goblin team has a Goblin Archer, a Wolf, a Hobgoblin Sorcerer, and a Hobgoblin Soldier. So let's go over to the Undeath area and begin their turn with the refresh phase. Alright, so the first thing we do on a turn is we untap any creatures that were tapped, so the warrior skeleton becomes ready once more, and we collect one order card, which we will do. And now it is time to go into the activate phase, which means the Undeath player gets to activate each of his creatures in turn. So the first one, I'll just readjust the camera and then we'll do that. Alright, gives us a little bit better perspective here. So the first one he's going to activate is the warrior skeleton. And the warrior skeleton, for his action, which will tap him, is he is going to retrieve the last treasure that is on that spot. And that will increase the morale of the Undeath from 13 up to 14. So they're already increasing their morale. And now he does get to move, because you can attack and move and attack. And the skeleton's movement speed is 6. So he is going to move 1, 2, 3, 4. He'll move 5 right here, so that he'll at least have partial cover from this wall section, and he'll stay there. All right, the next one we're going to activate is the zombie, and the zombie is just going to move. He has a slow movement of 4, so he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And you know what he's trying to do. And last up is the Disciple of Caius. I don't know if I'm saying it correctly, but anyhow. So the zombie didn't take an action, he just moved, and you can only move once. So the Disciple of Caius is going to play a minor action before he moves or does anything. And the minor action he's going to play is Mage Armor. And it requires that the creature playing it be at least level 1 and have the intelligence trait. And the Disciple of Caius, we're going to look at him quickly. He's level 4, so no problem there. And he has the intelligence trait, so he is able to play this command card. And so he's going to play this command card on himself. And it says you attach this card to this creature. So he's going to attach it to himself. He could have attached it to anyone else as well. It says the Mage Armor, basically what it does is you can tap the creature to prevent 10 damage to this creature from one source. So he's casting Mage Armor on himself, and that just gets put under his character card or monster card at the bottom, so you can read the text of what it does. And I do believe he is going to play one more minor, and you can do as many minor commands as you want. They don't actually tap the creature. And again, he's level 1, he's level 4 and any, so he is going to use the magic short sword, and it says requires humanoid. So he's going to use that on the warrior skeleton, and we just look at the warrior skeleton, who is currently tapped, and up at the top here you see the first thing is humanoid. So warrior skeleton is humanoid. This will apply, and he's warrior skeleton's level 2, and it attach this card to the creature. So it's another attached card. Damage from this creature's melee attacks cannot be prevented. So you can't use anything to prevent the attacks now from that particular warrior skeleton. So I'm going to put that under his card as well. And that is what he's going to do for minor actions. And now he is going to move, and he has a movement of 6. So he'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, he'll move right there. Actually, no, I'm going to do that over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 to back to here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's what he wanted to do. He is now going to take an attack. So let me just readjust the camera so we can see that in action. Alright, so the Disciple of Caius is going to attack the Hobgoblin Soldier. And he's going to use a ranged attack here. You can see the ranged. It will do 20 damage, and he has a range of 10 with it. So if he's successful, he will cause 20 damage here. And he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 spaces away, so he is within range. And the Hobgoblin has no cover whatsoever, because if we took a drew line from this corner, we can see all 4 spaces unimpeded by to the Hobgoblin space. So he has no way, he can't just dodge the attack, the ranged attack. Okay, so what happens is he is going to take 20 damage. And I don't think there's anything that we can do as a Goblin player to stop that. So we're going to take 2 of these little 10 damage tokens, and we're going to place that on the Hobgoblin Soldier's card. He has now gone from 70 hit points down to 50. Okay, well, we'll have to live with that. And now we are finished activating all characters. So that tapped the Disciple of Caius. And now we are into the deploy. So we're going to increase the Undeath's leadership. It's going from 7 up to 8. He currently has 4, 5, he has 4, 5, 6, he has 7. So he could deploy one more creature of a level 1 creature. So I don't believe he's going to be able to do that. And so he's not going to deploy any creatures, and you don't have to, except you have to on the very first turn. All right, over to the Goblins. Let's take a look at their area, and we will be doing their turn. And just wanted to point out before we get into the Goblins, I forgot the one thing. The very last thing is to untap the creatures. So all the Undeath creatures, the Warrior Skeleton and the Disciple of Caius, become untapped again, ready to do any immediate effects that may tap them or do dodges. Okay, so we're over to our area. The first thing we do is we untap any creatures. We don't have any tapped, and we get 1 order card. And one of our order cards can be played on a level 1 creature that has a constitution. It's called Patch Up. It's immediate. This creature heals 20 damage, or prevent 20 damage to this creature from 1 source. So if we wanted to play that right now, our Hobgoblin Soldier has Constitution ability, or trait, and he's level 3. We can just remove the 20 damage. So you know what? We're going to go ahead and we're going to play this card. I guess we're into the activating creature stage now. So we've refreshed. We picked up 1 order card. Now order cards get discarded, and when you run out of them, there's 36 order cards in each deck. Then you're out of order cards, and all you can do is just use whatever traits are on the monster. So we're going to get rid of that 20 damage. So I guess easy come, easy go. And then we are going to activate each creature in order. So the first thing I guess we want to do is we will activate the Hobgoblin Soldier. So I may have to readjust the camera a little bit here to do that. And you would think we'd just throw him into the fray and start attacking things, but what we're going to do with him is he is going to move 1, 2, because it costs 2 to go to one of these spaces, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and he ends up on this treasure chest. So the second you land on a treasure chest, you look at it, and there's only 1 treasure under that. Not fantastic, so we put it down. And for his action, of course, he will retrieve the treasure, putting our morale from 12 up to 13. So we got a little morale boost there. However, his turn is now finished, and he's tapped for doing that. Next up, we have the Hobgoblin Sorcerer. Oh, and I could have tapped him to prevent 10 damage happening to the Hobgoblin because he's on a power area. But then that would have left 10 damage on the Hobgoblin. Anyway, I kind of messed that up. Got to remember, when our Hobgoblin Sorcerer is on a magic circle, any creature that takes damage, he can tap himself to prevent 10 of it. Forgot to do that. Anyway, we used the healing card, so that's okay. All right, next thing I want to do is move our Hobgoblin Archer, and he has a movement of 6. So I'm going to move him 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, maybe not. Let me think about this a second. And what do we want to do? Yeah, we'll move him 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll back him into this little corner here. Just keep him kind of out of the way until he can spring out and do some shooting, because we're going to lose him. He's very weak. Next, we're going to do the wolf. The wolf has a movement of 8, so he's right here. And I think what I'm going to do with the wolf, tip the camera up a little bit here, he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. He's going to go right here beside our Hobgoblin Sorcerer, and he's not going to do anything. And now the Hobgoblin Sorcerer can go. And what do we want to do with him? Let me just think about that for a minute and come right back. All right, I've looked at my cards, and again, this is a playthrough kind of to let you see how the game plays. I'm not going to make the most brilliant strategic maneuvers every time, as you can already see. Anyway, what I'm going to do with the Hobgoblin Sorcerer, now that it's his turn, he has a movement of 6, and I'm going to move him out of the circle. I know that doesn't make much sense, but I'm going to do it. He's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 onto the treasure chest, and that one has 3 treasures on it, so that's a pretty lucrative spot. And for his activity, he is going to retrieve one of the treasures, and he's going to be sitting on the other 2, boosting our morale from 13 up to 14, and that's going to tap him for doing it. Okay, that has been the activation of all of our creatures. And now it is time to deploy. So we increase our leadership by 1. So we're going from 9 to 10 leadership. And we have a total of 6, 7, 8, 9 on the board right now. And as far as creature cards go, we do have one that we can deploy. And I think we're going to do that. We're going to send out one of the Goblin Cutters. It's a level 1, has a dex ability, does only 10 damage, but it does a plus 10 damage if it is attacking a tapped creature. Only 10 hit points, so very weak, but let's get him out on the board. We now have 5 units, and that's this little guy here, ferocious looking little goblin. So we'll put him, let's put him kind of over in this area, maybe back this way, just so that he's got a bit of cover in case someone wants to shoot something ranged at him, because he's very feeble. All right, so that, and now we're at the end phase, which is we untap our creatures. So the Hobgoblin Soldier, the Hobgoblin Sorcerer is untapped, and we get to draw one more creature card to bring our hand size back to 3. And ooh, we pull the Horned Devil. This is our big guy, 140 hit points, level 6. Constitution Charisma, he does 40 damage melee. He's flying. He has a reach of 2, which means he can hit creatures 2 spaces away. It counts as adjacent. And as a standard action, make a melee attack. If the target takes damage from this attack, tap it. So once he hits you, you're down for the count. You're tapped. All right, that is our, and of course, level 6. So we're not going to be putting him on the board anytime soon. And that will, I believe, end off our turn. End of the cleanup. Yep, that's it. So, I'd like to say, again, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Join me next time for episode 3, when I'm sure we're going to get into a little bit more fighting here soon. Looks like both teams are kind of jockeying for position on the treasure chest to try and boost morale as much as possible before going head to head. All right, once again, thanks for watching, and join me next time.